Well, had a pretty big tree fall over a couple days ago. I guess actually yesterday morning. I was laying in bed and probably about 6 o'clock in the morning and heard this crash starting, and then it just seemed like it took about 10 seconds for it to be over with. And at the moment I thought, oh no, which tree is falling? That I've been concerned with, whether it's someone leaning over my power line or towards my house or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I started looking out the window. Which one was it? And I couldn't see it. And so I got out in the woods and started looking. And it was actually one way up on top of the hill that I didn't even think would be a problem. And it's not really a problem at this point. I'm just going to leave it as it is. You can't really see it from the house. But just thought I'd show you what happened. And like I said, it's probably got a 24-inch tree at the bottom, probably 80 feet tall. I mean, it's a pretty good size. It's hard to see in the video exactly, but it looks to me like it was alive. I think it's a hickory tree. I'm not quite sure on that. It could be an ash, but this is what the leaves look like on it. I was studying it a little bit. The reason I'm wondering is if it was an ash, it kind of makes sense. Although it doesn't look like it has the emerald ash borer issue. A lot of the trees up here do. As a matter of fact, most of the ash trees are down because of that, and they're just the remnants of them. There's one. It's nothing left of it. It's just a stump sitting there. But anyway, if it's a hickory, I'm not quite sure what happened. It, like I said, it looks healthy. It wasn't hanging off a rock. I don't remember how much it was leaning. I don't know if it was leaning pretty hard or what, but we had a pile of rain there on Friday and Saturday and today as well. But a bunch of rain Friday, probably the most I've seen the past year living up here. And I don't know if that had something to do with it or what, but it really wasn't windy at all when it fell. It's pretty calm outside, so that's weird. You know, I think a lot of times about trees and what makes them fall, because like I said, I've got a few left at my house that are a concern. Eventually I'm going to get taken down. Either some of them have to be pieced down, some of them I'm going to cut at a later time. But I think about, like, is it because it's dead? Is that a contributing factor to it falling? I'd like to think so, but there's a lot of trees here that are dead and just standing with no limbs left on them, and they've been dead for at least a couple years and they're just standing. So again, don't know if that's a contributing factor. Leaning, I've got some on the property that are leaning hard. I mean, almost 45 degrees, and they haven't fell. Is it the ones that are sitting on rock on the side of a hill? You'd like to think that wouldn't be a very strong situation for the root system. Well, this one was sitting on dirt and it fell. So it's almost like there's no rhyme or reason to it. What makes them fall? Again, another thing was the wind. You'd like to think if it's going to go when it's really windy out, right? Well, we've had a lot of high winds here in the past couple months, and it didn't fall then. It fell when it was perfectly still. So maybe it's the rain situation. You know, the more muddy it gets, or the more moisture is in the soil, the more likely it is to fall. I'm not quite sure. Again, just been kind of thinking about that a little bit and studying some of the trees on my property. So I'm sure somebody out there knows a lot about this stuff, some vegetation expert about what makes them more likely to fall than others. But anyway, this one fell. I don't really care less about it. I'm just going to let it rot away, and maybe I'll cut a little bit of it up at some point. But a couple other views of it. So it's mixed in with a bunch of other little trees that it took down on the way. And so it's kind of hard to tell which leaves go with what, but left a decent opening there in the canopy. You can see the house way down there, but anyway, nothing too exciting. Just thought while I was up here, make a little video of it.